Hey, y'all, it's your boy Diggity Dean Dane Sampson, and once again, the Interview Podcast 513 is live from Hotel Solaire in the Vic Rooftop Bar in Midtown Cincinnati, as we are trying to become and establish ourselves as the front porch of Midtown. It's a beautiful day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day, Jen. Happy Mother's Day to my guest that's coming on, Miss Jodi, a good friend of mine. It's good to be here, man. It's been an eventful week. Got another one coming up. Humbling, but great achievement this past week. I released the first single finally that after a two-year journey, Those Days with Slick Bezel and Nash, recorded by Devin Burgess. I will tell you, humbling experience though. Music business is very hard. So I promoted, did everything that I could, and I would say the promo and marketing ahead of time probably generated 10 or 11,000 views and interactions. That translated into 19 streams on Spotify so far. So congratulations to us. We did it, guys. I would tell you it was cool though. Last night I went to Clifton Tavern and the DJ had a program, and he was able to pull up the song on there. So, you know, maybe just $5 at a time, I'll get DJs to make us famous. And there's a bit of talk lately about that. Like, are radio stations and DJs in the city still breaking records? And I feel like there's a two-outlet answer, because you have your social media aspect and you can break things there, and you never know what's going to blow up on there. But DJs still break records, because if you want to see what your music kind of reaction, go play it live for a crowd. The crowd will let you know if your music is popping, right? So with that being said, we have another big week coming up. We have we have the return of the Open Mic Industry Night, something I started in Florida, that is starting here again at the Vic Rooftop on Tuesday nights. We've had a good turning out. Again, learning marketing and stuff. I paid for a campaign ad on there. Didn't tighten my demographic to Cincinnati, so it's blasting all over the country. So people are like, is this in Houston? Is this in New York? And I'm like, no. They're like, you're an asshole. And I'm like, well, fuck you, buddy. But so we got that. That's coming up. We have Jennifer and I are doing an interview and a mic drop. Already is offering a professional photo shoot. Fame Y&O and Deadwood Studios is offering an hour of studio time. And then we're also performing the night. We'll get invited back for a future paid performance. Those selections will be announced the following day, not the night of. So you got to kind of stay tuned for that. We have the KJ Takeover, our guest from the episode that dropped this week. Don't shoot me and come at my neck, KJ. I'm sorry, it's downloading really slowly. But we got the episode. It looks absolutely great. The mic drop on that performance was wonderful. Jennifer did really good. Lone Wolf Directions is killing it. Can't wait for that to debut. And then we have Drip Alley. Oh, she drippy. She drippy. There's a lot of good kinds of drips. Anyway, that's the 18th. And I'm very excited about that. We have Lone Wolf Sigma performing. Congratulations to them getting booked at Taste of Cincinnati too. That's awesome. Gray Satana will be there, my artist. Very nervous, but we're gonna get at least 20 minutes out of it. We're calling you out, Gray. And with that being said, we'll take a small break, and when I come back, we will introduce our guest, Jodi Ramsey. And yeah. All right, and thank you to our sponsors. We are back on the Interview Podcast 513, and my guest should be arriving any minute now. That must be her. Right on time as always. Hey, Jodi.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm not going to be a gentleman and get up, but
No?
I'll bring you down. I just wanted to feel those on my chest.
I don't want to be brought down.
It's okay. I just wanted to feel them on my chest. A little chest-to-chest action. How are you feeling today? Happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we got you something. Hold on.
Oh, I like stuff.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Did you steal them or did you give them for me?
They might have came from the hotel lobby, but you know, it's a thought that counts.
It is. Better than my kids. Better than my kids.
At least you were on my mind.
I'm always on your mind.
Thank you for coming on today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Yeah.
It's been a slow week.
It has been.
It is, but I feel like we have some madness coming up today. You know, I'm glad you agreed to come on the show, but I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty?
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
By the way, let me
absolutely.
preface this a little bit. This is Jodi Ramsey. Not only is she the owner of Shoreline Skyline, was it Realtor?
Team. At
Realtor
LPT
team.
Realty.
Okay. She is a fellow bartender here at the Hotel Solaire in the Vic Rooftop. She's my favorite person to work with and become a close friend of mine. And she makes the best spicy margarita I've had. I'm not a big margarita fan, but this is delicious. So, because of many things, not always only she was a real estate agent, apparently a great dance. What's the dance? The Punchanta?
The Punchanta?
Punchata?
No.
Pocahontas?
Bachata.
Pocahontas?
Yeah, Pocahontas.
No, I'm just kidding. Bo-chata?
No, it's bachata.
Butt-chata.
Yes.
She's going to teach me some Spanish dance.
I can't pronounce it because I can't speak Spanish.
It's okay. But she is also a military veteran.
I am.
Tell us about that journey. So when did you join? You joined the Army?
I did. I joined the Army in 2000.
2000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Aircraft electrician. That was fun. Got to play on Blackhawks. Chinooks when I got out. Played with Gulfstream and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool.
That's cool. Did you fly in a Gulfstream?
I did not get to fly, but
So they're like, no, lady, you just fix this shit. Don't get in my plane.
Exactly.
Get out of my plane.
Exactly. Can I have the
Which one? The big one or the
big
little
one?
one?
I like them big.
That's what she said.
Anyway, so no, I didn't get to do the Gulfstreams, but there was one.
Don't be nervous, all right?
No, it wasn't that. That wasn't it.
All right.
I did get to do one that came out looking like. Did you ever see Soul Plane?
Yeah.
Yes, there was one that wheeled in after painting, and it looked like Soul Plane, bright purple. It was huge. It was great, and that's all I could think of when I did that one. So. Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So you like big purple ones?
I like big purple. No.
We got-
Not big purple planes.
No, I'm just kidding. I was just talking about this drink here.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a little bit more.
So excellent. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here on the spicy margarita. We have fresh jalapenos.
I am.
We got demi, which simple syrup is just sugar water. We use some kind of special sugar.
It is. It's not processed like regular white sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have our lovely chefs in the back actually do that for us.
Yeah.
And then so it is 3/4 of demi, 3/4 of the lime, as many jalapenos as you want, and then you're gonna add whatever favorite.
I'm going to take 3 jalapenos. Is that too many? Or how many did you put in there? It's okay. We're going with however many jalapenos you already
It's
gave.
gonna be spicy. I think I've got like 5 in there. 6.
You told me a funny story one time about your military service, though, because,
Which one?
well,
There's
well, it is a male-dominated world, right?
It is.
It is, and you got to find your way, and especially when women get into position of leadership. And I guess it was like your platoon leader, your drill instructor, or something like that was like challenging you to a wrestling match.
Yes.
And he was just like beating your ass for 3 hours, but you wouldn't give up.
3 hours.
You're like, this is for America.
Refused to tap out. Yes.
Yeah.
He thought it was kind of funny.
Did you go shave your head like G.I. Jane? And like somebody in the bathroom's like, you should leave him.
That was
You're
later.
like, I'll never leave Uncle Sam.
Yeah, that was later in life.
That was later in life. I got you. So
and I looked really good with shaved head.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
It's probably smooth.
Kind of like yours?
Yeah, mine's not that smooth today, but thanks for helping me cut it
Yeah, anytime.
this morning. So with that being said, how many years did you serve?
That's a lot. 7.5.
7.5.
Yes.
And what made you decide to leave?
I had my last child, who is my third and last one, is
Miss
autistic.
Bella?
Yeah, autistic, special needs. So it was kind of one of those things of I had to make a choice of whether or not to go overseas and leave her with some parents that were too old to be taking care of a newborn.
That's fair.
Can I have some ice, please?
Yes, you may.
And then I had the luxury of a crazy ex that was already downrange with a loaded weapon, and I felt that it was not smart to do, so I got out.
Like. Do you want me to rim these for you?
I would love it if you rim them.
I don't do that good of a job.
No?
So that's cool. So let me ask you this then. If you could give some advice, and we'll pertain it mostly to young women that are thinking about joining the military.
Yes.
What are some pros and what are some cons that you think they should consider before joining?
Oh, that's a good question. The pros and cons. This is going to be really loud, so it's going to be kind of, I'm going to wait for a second on this one.
Okay.
Pros would be make sure you go into a field that you want. Don't worry about the stereotypes. You're going to deal with men, you're going to deal with women, you're going to deal with everybody expecting you to gain rank by being a female, and that's not always the case. Be true to yourself when it comes to that.
Okay.
And then the cons of it is you're always going to work with males, so you're never going to have a free moment, and you just got to get used to it. There's some stuff that's sensitive subjects, but the men that you work with are going to end up being some of your closest friends. So they're going to learn your secrets, and they're going to have funny stories to tell. So,
did you feel safe during your time in the military?
Safe as when I was
just
deployed?
In general, just being around that many men and not being around like the public and stuff. It's a different culture.
No, but they tend to take care of their own. There are the stereotypical men that are going to use their position of power to do what they think that they want to do.
Yeah.
You just got to be steadfast. And now it's a little bit better because now they have things in play for women.
Yeah,
so,
and protection.
Yeah. So you're not having to worry about that.
Well, it's all right. This is going to be noisy one way or the other.
Yeah.
We might as well get it out of the way.
Now I'm going to have to
It's a shake break.
Yeah, shake break. What is that?
I don't know.
That's the guns.
My shake dance.
That's the guns.
Yeah. So we're gonna pour this. It's gonna be delicious. But do you want to eat? Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
All right. I feel like we should ring the dinner bell. There.
Yes.
I feel like I have such power. Hi, Miss Bethany.
Hello.
This is our Hotel Solaire food fairy. Chef. Bethany. And she has brought the good stuff today, man. Tell me a little bit about what we got here.
So we have our house battered birdwitch chicken sandwich. We have our death by chocolate cake.
That looks.
And then we have our Mother's Day special cherry lime tart.
Yeah. Let's get some close up. Should I bring them up to the camera? No, they're good from here. All right. So we got that. So tell us about this chicken sandwich. Let's start with that.
So it's buttermilk battered in-house with our special blend of herbs and spices.
Yeah.
Deep fried and sent to you.
It's my favorite sandwich. Now there is a sauce on there. What?
We do have, so there's actually two sauces. We have a house-made tomato jam and our pimento aioli.
Nice. Are you hungry?
I'm very hungry.
All right, let's go these drinks.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's cheers one.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
All right.
You need your jalapeno.
Bethany, we got one for you as soon as we get done here. Oh, you're working, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on the clock.
But we'll get you off soon. Cheers.
That's what they all say.
That's real. It's delicious.
Do you want me to?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna eat a little bit of all this. Now tell us about the. Well, first, this is the new addition to the dessert menu, the chocolate cake, correct?
The chocolate cake is the new addition to the menu. So that is going to be here whenever you come and see us. This one is a Mother's Day special. We do have a very talented pastry chef here, Chef Rashid Hattar, and he has things that he does every week that are just different and pretty unique.
And he has 2 Michelin stars, doesn't he?
I think he has actually more than that. He's been in several places. He's done a lot. Shout out to him. He's very cool, very supportive chef.
Yeah.
So I love him. But he did some candied limes. We have a streusel crumble, I believe he called it. A agave lime reduction with it, and just a yummy vanilla whipped cream.
Awesome. Well, let's make some room on this table.
Turns out.
Well, thank you, Miss Bethany.
Thank you.
And she is here at least 5 days a week. And she is also available for private bookings, things of that nature. She cooks with, an equal amount of hate and love, and it's delicious. Thank you out to the Chef Bethany. You want to cheers our chicken?
Cheers our chicken?
Yeah, let's just not choke on it. So anyway, bring it forward. So we're leaving the military. And I know you spent some time in the Northeast, Massachusetts. Is that correct?
I did. I lived in the New England area, and I actually worked for Bose, building their
like the planes, Bose?
No, Bose. Speakers, headphones, those kind of things. I built their assembly lines for a bit. And
it's
then
delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I got to talk. So
go ahead.
Yeah. And then I worked for a medical device company. So electronics has been my essential background for the 20 years. Aviation electronics. And then I got into real estate and bartending.
Real estate and bartending?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you said you went back to school, or you went to a school for bartending. What, just to kind of learn the basics?
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame anyone. And what kind of may appealed you to that?
I saw Cocktail back in the day with Tom Cruise.
Dude, I want to learn how to do that trick. You remember that trick he did with the match? Where he flicked the matchbook and like one match lit? Do you know how to do that?
Oh, yeah, they trained me in that.
Are you serious?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Huh. I was like, get the fuck out of here. No. I've been wanting to do that forever. But anyway, so that's cool. So, you have 3 children. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about Bella. So, like, I'll tell you a funny story. You mentioned that she has autism, correct?
She does, with Tourette's.
With Tourette's. I saw a little bit of the Tourette's.
Yeah.
She does crack me up. I was over their house yesterday, and I always try and get her. She doesn't like physical touch, but like you can, I don't know if I'm nice or I'm just trying to get her out of it. So I was like, high five. She hit it, and she was like, ah. I didn't like any of that.
No.
It was very funny. But so actually, the last time you were taking me to do it for Views of the Vic, you took me shopping. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I need a little necklace. And so I bought this necklace with this puzzle piece. And I was like, oh, this is a missing piece. It'll be very metaphorical.
It's awesome.
I didn't know it was for autism.
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, oh, I like your necklace, man. Are you in there? And I'm like, it's not. It's not.
You're promoting it. It's okay.
It's not for autism. It just means I'm the missing piece. They're like, sure you are, buddy. So anyway, so what is
a name tag?
As that becomes more common,
yes.
How is life navigating with a child with autism?
Well, she is very steadfast on becoming independent. So we're working toward that.
She's 17.
Yeah.
She should be.
We are, she does a lot of doctor's appointments, lots of therapy, lots of assistance with trying to get her to be able to thrive on her own.
Do they think that they can get her there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hers is just dealing with the everyday stresses of life that come in play. But for the most part, she does very, very well. She's very intelligent, where she believes everything she reads on the internet, which kills me because, I'm a parent and I'm like, no, it's not true.
How do you fact check the internet though? With the internet?
Yeah. Yeah. And
you got to pull out a book.
That's the
thing. Those things aren't trustworthy either.
No. So we're navigating it. She wants a job. She wants her driver's license. Mm-hmm. So we're working on getting those.
What kind of job do you think does she want to do?
She wants to work at home in a computer where she doesn't have to deal with people.
Okay. So like a remote job.
Yeah. Essentially.
But doing what though? Like, could you imagine Bella on customer service?
No, that's not right.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
No,
I'm gonna hang up now.
She wants to do like animation, something with of that nature. She's very artsy. She's always been very artsy. She showed you a couple pictures.
Yeah, she showed me a very creepy drawing this morning.
Yeah,
it was good. It was scary. I wonder what that guy went through.
She loves that stuff.
Yeah.
But when she first started off, it was like cute, wholesome stuff. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was clocks with like a cloud head and a body, but there was like no like true face. Like none of her stuff had faces on it. It was like always something different. It was really cool.
Scary.
No, but I mean, it was really cool because it was like innocent. And now it's like, okay, I've got into the horror stuff. And then now I don't like horror. And then now she's back into it again. And I'm like, I can't keep up. But she's always been my very artsy kid. So for me, it was kind of cool having one that was different.
And I think she does good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, she's one of the most honest children. For sure. So you've been in the Cincinnati, Kentucky area, and you're looking to get establish your real estate business here in the tri-state area.
Yes.
But you started out in Florida with that.
I did.
Because you've kind of been all over the map. Now, tell us a little bit about your experience. I know you've sold like some commercial, small houses, right?
No commercial.
No commercial. Small houses, residencies up to like $2.3 million mansions, which, kudos to you. I bet that commission was crazy. But Shoreline to Skyline. Tell us about that. I mean, do you have a mission statement? What is your goal? What are you looking? Can you work us through the process? All right, take it from me. I've never bought a home. I was approaching with you. Say I had $25,000 to put down, And there's a first-time home buyer credit. Do they still do that?
They do. Okay.
Okay. So walk me through the process like I'm a 2-year-old.
The Shoreline to Skyline is obviously because I sell from Florida all the way up into the city.
Okay.
So that was kind of where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
The home buyer program itself, there's different like levels.
Okay.
Depending on if you're looking for land for your first time home buyer, you're a vet, there's different programs within the lending system. That is not necessarily my specific specialty. I can get the basic information and then pass it off to my lender. Do you need me to move something? Okay. And so what I do is I get the basic information, give him the synopsis, and we always have a lender. We always recommend lenders that we know and we work with because they're going to pick up the phone at 6 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. We don't try to call
Who
that
needs
late.
some money?
Yeah, or like on the weekends, like the open house that I was at the other day, he came out and helped me put up signs and take them back down in the pouring rain. So Rocket Mortgage and Quicken Loans and those kind of, like even your banks aren't going to like do that kind of level of service.
Yeah.
So with being a first-time home buyer, the biggest first thing is getting your pre-approval and then getting your real estate agent that you want. Because that is like key.
Well, how do you know? So would you recommend meeting with 2 or 3 before you select one?
No, I'm perfect. You just want me.
You know what I mean.
But yes, you want to kind of like feel like the field out. You're going to get people that know what they're talking about. You're going to get the one that's been in it for 30 years, that hasn't done any education, but they think because they've been doing it for 30 years, they know everything.
Right.
But then you'll get the one that's 30 years and it's been doing the education and she's up to speed and she's on par.
Yeah.
You have all different kinds. You have a brand new agent who may not have sold a house yet, but she still may be the one to go to. One, because your personalities link up and you can relate.
Yeah.
And she's going to work very hard for you.
Yeah. Personal touch, customer service, reliability, knowledge.
Right. The biggest thing is you want the agent that knows what they're doing, and if they don't know that specific instance, they know enough to ask somebody else. And on top of it, they're going to be there and do what you need to listen to you.
So traditionally, before the year going into election years, essentially, usually make things difficult. Things kind of tighten up. The market is a little more volatile, not as buyer friendly or seller friendly in those times.
Either or.
So when do you think? So we're about 6 months in. Do you think we'll see the market begin to recover to normalcy this year, or more so in 26, 27?
It depends on what your definition.
What's your guess?
Like normalcy is.
Okay, with like loan percentage rates and
they're not gonna,
APR and things like that.
Yeah, they're not really going to drop like they were back in 2020, 21.
Yeah, that's the thing
and
with
that's
inflation.
What like the common argument is right now. Like buyers don't want to buy because the interest rate's too high and the prices have gone up.
Yeah.
There's a correlation between interest rates and the price, though.
This is delicious, by the way.
Is it? I got to get through my sandwich.
Yeah, I got you.
I keep talking.
We're gonna get your story out.
I know.
We are on a podcast.
I know. You got to cut and paste whatever you need. Yeah.
No. Anyway, proceed. So
with the correlation is when interest rates go down, prices go up. So you end up with more buyers in the field and then we're driving the prices.
Enough properties.
Yeah, and we're driving more prices up because people are offering ridiculous prices. So technically, now is the time to like buy because you're not having the same competition that you would have if the interest rates were lower.
Correct.
The prices are not going to dip down too much. You can always like refinance later if the interest rates drop, and that's what I always tell everybody. So.
Well, that's a good tip to know. So if you get in, you get locked in. You're not necessarily locked in. You can refinance.
And there are tons of programs. You just got to talk to the lenders to find out which programs are like appropriate for your
So what
needs.
advice? So if you were at a buyer or an investor or someone, do you recommend buying single family home units and trying to like refurbish and fix, like, because that seems to be the fad on like the DIY channel, or multi-units, like 2 and 4 bedroom homes, multi-home units for young people, fix them up, rent them out. I mean, you could live there till you get a family.
Right. If I had
Would you like, never mind.
Yeah, if I had a first-time home buyer come up to me and say, hey, this is what I want. Okay. My first thing, if you've never bought a house and you're just starting out, I would say buy a duplex.
Okay.
Or something that's a multifamily. because what you said.
Yeah.
You rent one and you live in the other.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying down, and then when you get to a point where you're both where you need to be as far as like the payment and all that, some money saved up, then you buy your next one. And then that way you still have your rental income, you have your portfolio starting to build up.
The mortgages paid for it.
Right. And then you're buying your home. Or even there's people that I have like worked with that buy a home, they fix it, they like sell it, and then I've also had where they rent it. And then they buy their next one, and they constantly do that. So they're technically nomadic, essentially. But they're building.
I never thought I would heard that phrase.
Nomadic?
A multi-home owner is nomadic.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it is just never staying in, like, what is it?
In the same place.
Long periods in the same place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Modern day nomads.
But you're
Here
building.
at the Hotel Solaire, we target the modern maverick.
Modern maverick.
Jodi and Shoreline to Skyline.
It's targeting the modern maverick.
Modern nomad. Maybe the nomad and the maverick should get together and form a pack with all these lone wolves we got. Anyway, we're going to enjoy some food real quick. We'll be back with another word from our sponsors. We're having a great time here at the Hotel Solaire. Diggity Dean, Dane Sampson, Lone Wolf Productions. We'll be right back. Man, I'm hungry. Wish I had something to eat. Let me try something. Eeny, meeny, miny, melly. Wish I had something in my belly. Oh, hey, Bethany.
Hi, Dane.
Wow. It's our Hotel Solaire food fair. I mean, one of our Hotel Solaire chefs. Hi, Bethany. Did you bring this for me?
I did.
I did. Can you tell me what it is?
So it's our charcuterie board.
Is that the smoked chorizo?
That is the smoked chorizo. We
What's
also
that?
have a smoked goat cheese.
What's
And
that?
that is a whiskey salami.
What's that?
That's oh, those are cornichons, then the whiskey salami.
What's that?
That is a smoked blue cheese.
What's that?
Raspberry coulis. It's a
And what's
raspberry
that?
dipping sauce. It's an aged prosciutto and an aged sharp cheddar.
This looks delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't
So-
you need something sweet to follow it up?
Only if it's as sweet as you.
That's not very sweet.
Uh-huh. I'm just kidding.
We also have our pale ale cake, which is it is infused with a Rheingeist pale ale, and it has a salted buttercream to complement those flavors. So
Thanks, Food Fairy.
enjoy.
This is Bethany, man. Look her up. She has her own business too. Book her today. Hey, y'all. It's your boy Diggity Dean Dane Sampson, and we are back, man. You know, I'm just chilling more in Dana's world. Thank you for my guest, Jodi, for joining us today.
thank
I've
you
had
for inviting
fun,
me.
delicious margaritas, but we've had some professional talk. You want to play a game with me?
Sure.
Okay.
I like games.
This is a segment we call a blind top 5.
Okay.
So you are going to rank whatever the category is going to be, which I'm going to reveal. So I've listened to you describe men that you like. So you're type.
I'm just hoping you tell
You've
me a sugar
described
ray.
a type, okay?
Mhm.